Welcome to my channel. It's me, Tosh, the narrator. So, I was just thinking this would be a story that I want to tell you guys. So, when I tell you that I think I come from royalty of petty queens, I think I came from royalty of petty queens, and I learned that the hard way. So, this story is about my mother. Yes, she's a subscriber. And yes, she will laugh because I laugh when I read it. So, this is how the story goes. My mother and my father known each other since they were 4 and 5. My father was 5, my mother was 4. And they grew up in the same area. Um, they had 5 children together. And I think just because of the fact that they know each other so well, they despise each other the worst. I didn't realize how petty their petty went until I actually read my mother's text messages. And it goes like this. So, my brother's daughter, niece, no, my brother's daughter is my niece. She was having a party, and my mother couldn't afford everything, so she asked my father, can he put in like $200 for the party? And he was like, I'm gonna see what I can do. This was about 2 months before her birthday, and she texted him back, so can you help out? He was like, I have to look, I have to see, I have to see. And it came down to my mother was like, this is why your children don't like you. You don't even help them with your grandchildren. This is like, you're supposed to help out. This is what grandparents do. And so on and so forth. So my father, I'm pretty sure he's a petty king too. Like I'm deeming him a petty king. He was like, listen, it ain't my fault that you decide you want to spend your money on someone that don't really care for or expect anything of. I can get her a gift, but I'm not sure about the money situation. And my mother went into going into detail saying, this is why your kids don't like you. This is why they don't respect you. You are a horrible man. And it went to him saying, you are a horrible woman. You need to back off. This, don't come at me like that. And then my mother started throwing the Bible in the situation. Now, mind you, if you have church goers in your family, they go hard. I just didn't know how hard it went. So, I just remembering the text. So, it was like, my mother was like, you need Jesus in your life. And my dad was like, I'm surprised you know who Jesus is. My mother said, you need to go to church. And he was like, I'm surprised you don't burst into flames just thinking about it. And I'm like, I had stopped there. And I'm like, these are 50-some odd people. Petty. Petty. If I'm able to get screenshots of the text, I will put it in. They are petty. So the text continues. My mother takes a picture of the Bible. You need this. My father was like, oh, wow, you have a Bible? You ain't burst into flames? I'm surprised. My mother was like, I'm surprised you know what a Bible is. You know, Satan is usually very careful of not knowing what things are. And I'm like, huh, this explains a lot about me. It explains a lot. Because I'm royalty of petty. I'm royalty of petty. This is where I get the pettiness from. No one can ever convince me any otherwise. Nobody can ever convince me that I'm not that petty. Because my mother tell me I'm petty. And I'm like, I don't care. And my daughter's petty. And now I know where I get it from. It is a standpoint of royalty. I'm not saying it's a good royalty, but it's a standpoint of royalty. I know the other day my mother was like, your dad ain't gonna do anything. And I'm like, well, I don't know what he's gonna do. But them text messages though, I need I need these midlife people to get themselves together, not talk about people bursting into flames, not saying I'm surprised you know what the Bible is. It wasn't part of your almanac of reading. I need people to not sit there and say just because you have a Bible and doesn't mean that it's a real Bible. You could have ripped out the pages and put them in. I need people to stop this madness. Like, y'all in y'all 50s. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. It's okay to say, I give up. Nope, none of these give up. It just literally goes into, you're not going to help out your granddaughter. Like, not with that attitude. You got to ask me. It's not an ask. You're supposed to help out his family. And I'm like, I never want to see that again in my life. Laugh. The hardest laugh I can ever have. I mean, I literally was choking on my own breath. Because I'm like, respectable people in the community. Petty, acting like 14-year-old children. I'm just saying. You can't prove me wrong. I'm going to try to get them screenshots, though. I'm going to try to get some screenshots, and I'm going to send them to myself. And then I'm going to insert them, hopefully, if she allowed me to. It is her phone. She don't have to. But I mean the sheer pettiness of this conversation. Only thing you can do is just laugh. And, like, I call him Fat Man. The Fat Man is usually very, like, he's cautious, but he's cautious in a goofy way. But when he's dead serious, this is his mentality. And he laughs about it because he knows for a fact it will give a rouse to somebody. And I'm like, right there, petty. You looking out of a rouse for somebody, mad and all, and you just laugh about it? That is horrible. But that's what a petty king does, don't he? You petty. You petty. I don't care what you say. You petty. I'm petty too. So, that's going to be the next video. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe. Stay beautiful.